Hey folks, let's try this again, shall we? My computer had crashed and was forced to restart, so we're getting started a little bit late here, but regardless, Bordentown, the Bulldogs in their first offensive possession is number 32, the running back, takes it to the left side. They're already within the red zone at the 20-yard line, and as the markers show, that'll be a first down and goal from just inside the 10 for Bordentown. You're watching exclusive coverage of Cougars football on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting in WJYFL Week 9 action between the Oaklyn Cougars and the Bordentown Bulldogs. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties, but we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Good. Look at you, I know. Wow.
Go Bulldogs! Don't mind the really loud parents.
Up the middle, number 32 carries it for a few yards there. Bordentown going into this game, definitely a good playoff contender for themselves. 6-1 in the 115-pound division. They're actually tied for first with the Northern Burlington Greyhounds, who we saw in Week 4, and Cougars got absolutely trounced. They went 0 for 3 on the weekend against Northern Burlington, while Oaklyn kind of holding their own at 4-3. Here comes number 22, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown for Bordentown. So Bordentown quickly gets in as soon as we start the broadcast, and you know, for Oaklyn at a 4-3 team this year, I think going into this year, people thought the 115s were going to be the strongest of the Cougars divisions, and that does get through. Bordentown gets the reception and the extra point at 7-0. Alright, sorry if we mute the mic a lot, folks. Don't want to get copyright striked by YouTube. Here comes the kick off the helmet, and it's recovered. It's still down, and Oaklyn recovered. That was a weird kickoff. So despite all the drama, Oaklyn gets the ball back. That deflected right off the head of Oaklyn's number 8 on the front line, and then it looked like Bordentown had a chance to recover, and as it was kind of getting batted up in the air, eventually gets taken down and Oaklyn recovers. So here's their quarterback, Noah Batillo, getting his first chance on, at least on some film, as we missed their first drive.
Let's go, Bulldogs!
Batillo in the shotgun, low snap, here comes the pass, it's over Bunt's head, and it is dropped, intended for Jude Cutter, and it's second down.
Were you even practice catching? We've dropped many interceptions this year.
I thought at first that Kevin Bunt would be the intended receiver, but it went right over him, and instead on a slant went to Jude Cutter. But he dropped that, and with double coverage from Bordentown's defense on their secondary, didn't make anything of it, and we're back to square one, second down from Oaklyn's 37, just about.
You come to all our games?
I know. You're really helping me understand this even more.
Looks like Kevin Bunt's going to be the slot receiver on the far side of your screen. Nico Howard moving to the left side, accompanying June Cotter. Howard in motion. Patillo hands it off to Howard, who'll go to the right side, but number 32 takes him down for a hard tackle and a quite scrupulous loss of yards. It'll be third down. Large amount of yards lost there, probably around 3rd and 16 or 17. They'll line it up from their own 30. And for a team that's 6-1 and having a really good streak for themselves, their only loss was in overtime earlier this year, and that's what brings them to 6-1 at the near conclusion of the regular season. I know up in the higher levels we have Audubon High School, who I covered the playoff game for last weekend. They're playing in Salem in round 2 of the NJSIAA Group 1 playoffs for South Jersey. And yes, that's the Salem High School where Titans running back Jonathan Taylor went to. As Kevin Bunt stops in the middle of his motion, Noah Batillo gets eaten up, and it's 4th down. I mean, that playoff game against Gateway was pretty special for Audubon, as it was their first playoff win in 38 years in high school football. As Oaklyn will call a timeout, head coach Tom Batillo, who texted me at around 5:45 this morning. No need for alarms when this man texts me. 2 timeouts remaining for the Cougars. They're down 7-0 here in the first quarter. Fourth and long, just about 20 yards, as the first down marker is at the 47-yard line. They got a long way to go inside the 30. Howard and Cotter almost lined up right behind each other. Kevin Bunt in a fast motion. Here comes a pass that's dumped off behind to the right side to Supreme Stratford, and he's taken down. That'll be a turnover. Bordentown gets the ball back. So Bordentown already up 7. They're looking to advance on that here as it's 1st and 10. From the 35 on Oaklyn's side of the ball, they're already closer to the end zone than Oaklyn ever was before in this game. Now 2 men in motion, number 26 and number 32. They eventually line up under center in the I form. Hand it off to number 16, as he's got to get a good run. And on the first play, the ball gets knocked loose. Ball got knocked loose and basically at the goal line. I don't know if that was intentional, but what I saw and what I thought might have happened. Let's see what's going on here with Referees are going to conference. Now, they'll mark the ball at maybe around the 1 or 2 yard line, but what I saw is that number 26 got rid of the ball before he went out of bounds. I'm thinking if the ball got knocked down and stayed inbounds, maybe another Bordentown guy picks it up and scores a touchdown in that way. Well, I don't know if you just heard that. AC/DC must be coming into town. We got some thunder in the area, so that might put us under a weather delay. At least they got some good pork roll down there at the snack stand. But before anything can hinder this game, Bordentown scores a second time, 13-0. It's 13-0. Don't know why my scoreboard's not updating. Seem to have every problem in the book today. As number 32 knocks it in, 14-0. Bordentown leads after 2 possessions. Well, scoreboard's not updating for us on our program, but we'll make the best of it. As 14-0 Bordentown. Might have to go back to our old ways of just doing a broadcast like it's 1979. Just put a screen in front of it and watch the game. Kevin Bunt to the far side of the field. He's gonna pick it up inside the 20-yard line as Oaklyn gets the ball back. I assume they called the end of the quarter. Because I think so, because they're on the other end of the field. Because they kicked it off that way, yeah. So, well, it's the second quarter. Just ignore my scoreboard. That doesn't want to work with me today.
Nice, Jackson's gonna do.
14-0 Bordentown. There is a storm about 6 miles north of here. According to weather.com, as Kevin Bunt drive through for a few yards, gets it outside of the opposing team's end zone, or excuse me, red zone.
I think he like ran into it. He was backing up.
How's that?
Yeah. No, I'm making fun of him.
we're just going to run without a scoreboard until we get that fixed. Second quarter, 14-0 Bordentown. I mean, our internet connection's good. We got the MiFi device up here. As now it appears that Bordentown will call a timeout. Timeout's over. Each team has 2 remaining here in the second quarter. 14-0. Bordentown leads over Oaklyn. And Bordentown jumped pretty blatantly on that one, and it'll move the ball up 5 yards. There are some penalties in the world of youth football, or in any level of football, that you can't tell and you can't pick a side. But there's situations like that where, well, pretty obvious there. They'll line it up from the 30. And in fact, it'll be enough for a first down for Oaklyn. That run from Kevin Bunt to start the drive really helped them out there. So they'll line it up from inside their own 30. First down for Oaklyn.
Let's go, Bulldogs!
And now Oaklyn jumped. Yeah, that'll... I say it all the time, penalties breed penalties. It's another case of anything you can do, I can do better. You get a false start call, I'll get one too. So the offsides on Bordentown's defensive line ends up becoming a moot point as they'll line it back up from the 25. Just the only issue is the ball will be now marked as a 1st and 15 for Oaklyn. You're watching exclusive coverage of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting in the WJYFL Week 9 115-pound division between Oaklyn and Bordentown. Bordentown leads by 14 in the second quarter. Handed off to Bunt, who runs it up the middle. And they'll be taken down about halfway for where they were supposed to be. It's at the 27, second down. You know, this is the time of year where our broadcasts kind of hit a lull in how often we're doing stuff. We had football, we had soccer, you know, Audubon having that playoff run where they got trounced by Haddon Township in the second round. It was a 5-1 game, and Audubon hasn't reached the third round of the NJSIAA playoffs in a while.
And also, he's clearly explaining something.
Patillo in the shotgun. Bunt in motion. He kind of does a little end around. It goes to Stratford as a flag comes in. It doesn't get to the 30, but we'll see what the officiating crew calls. As Bordentown's coach kind of looking up towards the sky, seeing what's going on, seeing if the weather will hinder this game.
Oh, no.
It's defensive holding on Bordentown. Second penalty against the Bulldogs in this first half, and they'll move the ball up, I would assume, in the WJYFL. That'll be 15 yards, yeah. Defensive holding, and they'll line it up from the 38-yard line, just about. But yeah, we had football and soccer going. We do have wrestling going in the winter, starting on January 5th against Lindenwold for Audubon. But that will not be live streamed as a part of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. That will be with our friends at NFHS Network, the exclusive providers of Audubon High School football, wrestling, and basketball. They have their own commentators. I'll just be the one doing the public address. But that's our January 5th 6 p.m. against Lindenwald at the John F. Kling Gymnasium. Here comes the handoff on a low snap. Kevin Bunt gets wrapped up, and it'll be a loss of about 3 yards. Second down. Only 2 first downs that the Cougars have mounted themselves in this first half have been via penalties. The offsides on the Bordentown defense and then the defensive holding. You see offensive holding a lot more than you see defensive holding, and there is a reason for that. Usually when there is a holding call, the first place that they look is the offensive line, because usually they're the guys doing it. They're the guys making the block.
Third quarter or fourth quarter, I think. Sometimes they just call it. If the game's like out of hand.
As you, yeah, that might be a sign of what's to come. Low snap, Batillo going back, and the pass goes nowhere. Didn't even reach its intended target, which was...
I've never heard thunder during. Sorry.
Probably one of the biggest downpours I had ever done as a broadcaster was back during districts in 2021, earlier this year. It was Audubon facing off, I believe, against the Seneca War Eagles. And it was raining so hard that the entire infield looked like it was a puddle. There was maybe about 2 inches of rain that had accumulated over 20-25 minutes. And when the sun came back out an hour later, we said, "Here comes the sun."
Get him!
Oh. Yeah, they're calling everybody off. That just shocked my finger because I was holding on to the camera. Oh my gosh.
Are they gonna let us go home, or do they just have us as well?
I don't know what we do. I've never seen this before.
Holy crap. They can't win. They shouldn't go under the bleachers.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see it? It was right over there.
Yeah, we got that on film.
Oh my god. That scared the shit.
Weather delay here in Bordentown. I might need a new pair of underwear. We'll be right back after this.
Right, I think we should
No,
go to
hold
the
on.
car.
Where's our kids
The
at?
kids are going to the car.
I don't have
Their
keys
parents
to the school or nothing.
I have my keys and
Well, folks,
It is dark over there.
yeah, I checked the radar earlier and it's supposed to like skim us.
Yeah.
But that
I
was
don't
not
like
a
this
skim.
thing.
That was not a skim.
What the heck?
It looks like there's something like building like right over us.
yeah, it's we were talking about earlier a storm 6 miles to the north. Now, that's a 30-minute delay because of the lightning, and rain is starting to come down. I'm going to move in my Wi-Fi device. Well, 14-0 Bordentown, and I think a lot of people might need a new pair of underwear after that. That was, oh, wow. Lightning delay here in Bordentown. We've seen rain. We've seen it all. I think I remember last year it was against Oaklyn and a not water slide. It looked like a water slide. It was Lawrenceville, yeah. Don't know what I'm saying, but oh boy.
Bomb went off.
That's one of our guys.
Oh, you're on the other side?
Yeah, I'm on Oaklyn. I'm not like, you know. I'm not that bad.
What the hell is he doing?
I think he left something. He might have left his equipment.
It wasn't car keys.
You better leave that equipment, boy.
Oh, the little boy needs to get out there, and it's a metal
water.
Like, really, Mom and Dad? Get that baby. Oh, God, please protect us always. It's hell.
I don't remember
That's hell.
thunder being this loud.
No.
I don't.
Is that
That's
ice?
hell. That's
Yeah,
ice.
it's hailing.
Oh my gosh, it's
It's
hailing here in
I
Bordentown.
ain't even getting it's
Oh, it's like a tornado doesn't freaking
right.
come
It
through
better
here.
not.
Probably.
The
Not a- not all the
weather's
way
been.
around.
Weather's changing. Look.
Do we even think they're going to get this back going?
I'll be slipping and sliding down.
I didn't travel 40 minutes for me to get two quarters in. Well, we're riding it out here in
Yeah,
Bordentown.
it's all hell. Except our windshield is
We're riding it out.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It looks cool on my camera, too.
Yeah, it looks like it sparkles.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's over. Game on. Well, at least we have the cupcakes if we're stuck here for a long time.
Right?
That's true.
Next week
got
I got
food.
TJ. His birthday's Sunday.
Is it?
I can move those if someone wants to sit down.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't want to sit. That's a metal chair.
I'll move them right next to me. Not a problem.
Come on.
No, you belong out there. Oh,
Yep.
he like, look, I'm sorry.
Now I
They work friends. Go back.
for tornado warning.
I love her.